Hello, this is lesson 3.3, multiplying rational numbers. So I abbreviated a little bit on the word rational, and I also want you to divide your paper into fourths. So pause the video so you can do so, and press play when you're ready to continue. Please pause now. Okay, so on the upper left, we're going to write the steps for multiplying fractions, which we call rational numbers, and here are the steps. Step number 1 is to change any whole or mixed number into improper. Step number 2 is you're going to cross cancel. Step 3, you multiply across, and step 4, you simplify if possible. So continue writing these steps down, and when you're ready to continue, you can press play. So please pause now. Okay, so now let's take a look at the upper right of your notes, and on the upper right you have these 3 problems. So pause the video so you can copy them down, and when you're ready to continue, press play. Please pause now. Okay, so let's take a look at number 1. On number 1, when you have negative fractions, I like to make the numerator negative. So what I'll do is I'll extend the division bar and put the negative on top. Okay, just kind of mesh the negative with the division bar and put the negative on top. And then you want to see if you can cross cancel. Now 3 and negative 9 are both divisible by 3. So I'm going to divide them by 3, and that's going to make a negative 9, negative 3, and it's going to make a 3 a 1. And then you look at the other diagonal. Negative 2 and 12 are both divisible by 2. So I'm going to divide 12 by 2, and it's going to make it a 6. And then negative 12, negative 2, when you divide it by 2, it's going to be a negative 1. So here you can also look to see if any number on top can cross cancel with any number on the bottom. So I see here that negative 3 and 6, they can be reduced. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. So I'm going to divide both of them by 3. That's going to make this here a negative 1, and the 6 is going to become a 2. Okay, so any number on top can be reduced with any number on the bottom. And I think we're done. So now we multiply the two numerators together. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. And then we're going to multiply the two denominators. 2 times 1 is 2. And so this is our answer. Now let's take a look at problem 2. On problem 2, we're multiplying 3 fractions. So again, when I see a negative fraction, I just extend the fraction bar and make the top number negative. Okay, so now you can do some cross-canceling here, and there's different ways you can cross-cancel. Any number on the bottom can be cross-canceled with any number on the top. So if I look at the 5 and the 10, I can divide both of those by 5. That'll make this one a 1 and this number a 2. And then I can even skip like a fraction. So I can cross-cancel this 3 with this 9 down here. So you can jump over the middle fraction. So then when I divide those by 3, the 3 will be a 1 and the 9 will be a 3. Okay, so now I have another diagonal I can cross-cancel. I can do either cross-cancel this way or I can cross-cancel this way. It's not really cross-canceling, but it's just reducing. I'm going to cross-cancel this way, divide those both by 2. That's going to be a negative 1, and that's going to be a 14. And now look, I have a 2 on top and a 14 on the bottom, so I can cross-cancel there. That doesn't usually happen, but when it does, it's nice because we're just making our numbers smaller. So I divided both of those by 2. So now it looks like we're done cross-canceling, and now you multiply all 3 numbers on the top. You multiply those together, and then all the 3 numbers on the bottom, multiply those together. So the numerator is going to be negative 1, and the denominator is 21. And you box your answer. That's it. Let's take a look at number 3, our last one. Number 3, it says evaluate if x equals 5 and y equals negative 2 and 2/25. And then we have xy. So that means we're going to multiply those two rational numbers together. So I'm going to have 5, which I want to make that improper. Put it as 5 over 1. And then the next number was a mixed number. We're going to make that improper. So you do 25 times 2. Ignore the negative sign, by the way. Just do 25 times 2. That's 50. and then 50 plus 2 is 52. And then you put the negative back on. So we get negative 52 over 25. Okay, and here I can cross cancel, divide 5 and 25 by 5. I get 1 and 5. And then we multiply across. So we have negative 52 over 5. Now, I am okay with you leaving it as an improper fraction when it's not a word problem. So we're going to go ahead and leave this improper, and also make sure that it cannot be divided by any common factor. It's already simplified. So this is still considered simplified. Okay, so let's take a look at problem 4 on the lower left corner of your notes, and I want you to copy the problem down, and when you're ready to continue, press play. So please pause now. So for number 4, we have the problem. The Willis Tower in Chicago is about 1450 feet tall, and the Empire State Building in New York is about 4/5 as tall. About how tall is the Empire State Building? So since we know that the Willis Tower is 1450 feet tall, I'm going to circle that, and the Empire State Building is 4/5 as tall, that means we're going to multiply 4/5 times 1450. So I'm going to take 1450, make it a fraction by putting it over 1, and multiply it by 4/5. Now, if you look diagonally, you can cross cancel. So we're going to make the 5 a 1. And when you divide 1450 by 5, that's going to be 290. And so now we're done cross canceling. So yeah, because we have 1s on the bottom. So now we can multiply across. 290 times 4. That's going to be, let's see, 1,160. The denominator is 1. And now we have to answer the question. So it's going to be 1,160 feet. And then we box our answer. And so that's all for your notes. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.